Welcome to the Atheist Roundtable call-in show with Oz, the host. 706-236-7608 is the number. If you're feeling frisky, go ahead and call that number. If your name is Michael and you have a crazy Roman Catholic mom that doesn't want to buy you Christmas gifts because she found out you're an atheist, give us a call. We'll chat with you.
You're an atheist. Give me a fucking break, Michael. All right, you know what? We need to start going to church every week. I've had it with us.
I don't believe in God.
Bullshit. You got yourself confirmed, and you said to the bishop.
Yeah, a lot can happen. You can think.
Oh, a lot can happen. All of a sudden, you can just quit believing in God?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, there is no God.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you. You want to know there's no God? Then you're going to get absolutely nothing. Nothing for Christmas, because that's what Christmas is about, is Jesus Christ.
Okay.
No, it's not okay, Michael. It is not okay. You're an atheist. Give me a fucking break, Michael. All right, you know what? We need to start going to church every week. I've had it with us.
I don't believe in God.
Bullshit. You got yourself confirmed, and you said to the bishop.
Yeah, a lot can happen. You can think.
Oh, a lot can happen. All of a sudden, you can just quit believing in God?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, there is no God.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you. You want to know there's no God? Then you're going to get absolutely nothing. Nothing for Christmas, because that's what Christmas is about, is Jesus Christ.
Okay.
No, it's not okay, Michael. It is not okay.
Big shout out to Michael. What a fucking rock star. I'll get you some Christmas gifts. I don't know what Bible she was reading. Well, in the Atheist Green Room, we're actually about to get this party started here at the Atheist Roundtable. I'm looking for my boy Oz. Where's Oz at? I think just Jeff got him in the Atheist hot tub. They put some lavender oils in there. They were getting frisky earlier. Ozzy, where you at, bro?
I'm live and present, and the hot tub was last night. That's not tonight.
Oh, shit. Hey, what's up with Michael's mom, though, Doug?
Oh, man. It's tough. It's tough listening to that and hearing it because, as you know, I've had very similar experiences in my life. So it's very cringy for me.
Yeah, I totally understand when it comes to your story. Your mom went one step further, with the physical abuse. But this sort of thing probably isn't talked about enough. Don't get me wrong. This doesn't depict what Christianity is by any means, but there's certainly folks that struggle with parents like this, different generations. Like, what the fuck, Michael? You can't tell people the truth. What are you doing? God damn it.
Yeah, and I just want to ask that mom, what the fuck, Michael? Thus saith the Lord. Like, what? and then you followed up with, now we have to go to church every Sunday. That doesn't fix it, Mom. That doesn't fix this shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna beat you with a Bible, Michael, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's how barbaric and just irrational, not just Christianity, but religion in general can make an individual. Not all, but some individuals.
Michael, we didn't steal this holiday from the pagans for nothing. You're not having any Christmas presents, goddammit.
And Michael, whoever you are, if you ever happen to stumble across this stream or somebody shows it to you, we'll buy you Christmas.
Michael, if you like t-shirts that say the Atheist Roundtable on them, and hats that have TART logos on them, we'll get you that shit if you want it.
All day.
All day, every day.
We've
That's
got
right.
bracelets and cups. So
Yeah, absolutely. I'll send you some of Just Jeff's used weird-looking Homer Simpson underwear that he wears. Don't tell nobody. He's also got these weird long johns with cats on them.
And don't forget, we learned the other night that he likes to crawl up on his little cat thing and curl up and take naps. So that's cool.
Big shout going out to the Tartians, all the blue wrenches, all the green folks out there in the chat. Shout out to Loki, No Hair Mama Bear, P Barnes, Atheist Troll Live, that son of a bitch, that weasel face troll, Geo Sam. Hey, Geo Sam and Grumpy Old Cuss walked into a bar, right? And they saw a ghost. That's it. That's the end of my joke.
You're an atheist. Give me a fucking break, Michael. All right, you know what? We need to start going to church every week. I've had with us.
I don't believe in God.
Bullshit. You got yourself confirmed, and you said to the bishop.
Yeah, a lot can happen. You can think.
Well, that can happen. All of a sudden, you can just quit believing in God?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, there is no God.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you. You want to know there's no God? Then you're going to get absolutely nothing. Nothing for Christmas, because that's what Christmas is about, is Jesus Christ.
Okay.
No, it's not okay, Michael. It is not okay.
Oh God, that hits different in so many different areas. It's it's mind blowing. It's not okay, Michael. Now I'm going to make you go to church every Sunday.
I'm speechless, man. Anyway, let's get this party started, Oz. Welcome to the Atheist Roundtable call-in show featuring Oz, your host, and your regular little DJ hype man, Pasta Mike. So look, call 706-236-7608 if you want to chat with the Oz Ozzy, the kamikaze. What are we going to talk about, Oz?
Well, it was you and I chatted earlier, and I literally didn't know you were going to play or have that audio ready till we jumped on to get prepped here, and I wanted to just throw it out there because I know there's been some either newly deconverted atheists or atheists that had questions for me sometimes in the chat, or they'll shoot me private messages about my deconversion process, my relationship with my family, that kind of thing. So tonight, I guess I would say do the what is it, the Ask Me Anything, and especially in regards to that, I would love to chat with anybody that has questions, or you're kind of going through that fight, because it is a fight to figure out how to process it. Who do you tell? Who do you not tell? So I'd love to have that conversation. And if you have a God belief and you want to talk about that, I'd love to chat about that too.
That's what I'm talking about. A lot of people know Oz. They know him as the host of the Atheist Roundtable. They know Just Jeff. They know Benji. They know Steve, the murderous one. And they also know KayNevs now. Hopefully they know KayNevs.
They better.
But they don't know that you got a background in religious trauma. So you can relate to a lot of these folks that call in.
Yeah, absolutely. And the first time you played that for me, paused it was my head kind of, I did the, oh God, because it's like, come on, parents, Christian parents, religious parents, you can't, that's not okay. That's what you just heard that's emotional and psychological abuse. That's not okay.
I'm with you, man. So when you were growing up, you were basically led to believe that if you didn't adhere to the doctrines of the Bible, you'd have to ingest or take stuff into your body, right? Is that right?
Yeah, without getting all the details, depending, of didn't talk right, act right. Yeah, there was whether it was force, foreign objects used, or liquids or things like that. Yeah, there was, like I said, without throwing anybody under the bus and doing all that, it was pretty fucked up.
Yeah. I don't think that that's something any child should go through, let alone an adult. Obviously, as an adult, you'd probably have something to say if somebody tried to do that to you now. But children don't have any say. It's very easy to manipulate a child. That's why it's so easy to teach a child something. You can teach your children, what math is. You can teach your children what science is. But you can also teach your children what dogma is. Very, very easy. And abuse can come along with that sometimes.
Yeah, and like I said, and I've heard other recordings of parents talking to their kids, whether they're in the preteens, early teens, or even once they've entered into adulthood and they start to say go to college, and they start finding out how to think critically and think for themselves, and all of a sudden they come home from school and mom and dad have this just meltdown because Johnny or Susie says, well, Mom, Dad, I don't believe what you believe anymore. And the way that I hear the parents talk to the kids, it's like, I want to ask them, because I have kids of my own, like, you realize that's still your child, right? Like, you're talking to them like they're dog shit. That's still your child. So that's a part of it. I don't know, as a parent, I don't know if I'll ever understand that part of it.
Makes you cringe.
Yeah, it's brutal, man. It's brutal.
I'm not really an emotional guy when it comes to religious conversation or discussion, especially when it's the philosophical stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know that J Mike guy? You know the J Mike, that J Mike fella?
Oh, the Jesus looking guy?
The Jesus looking fella?
Yeah.
Like those discussions that he gets into, I could stay emotionless with those things. But when I think about the abuse of children and things, that's when I get a little bit, you might want to turn your back on this one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and because it's easy to, when I say easy, I don't mean this in a good or a positive way, but it's easy to highlight the abuses and the atrocities that are put in front of us on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, whatever, from, let's say, the Catholic Church and the molestations and the sexual abuses to young boys and girls. Like those are the ones that are out in front, and you see them. The ones that are less talked about because they're done usually in the four walls of a home, so they're not really seen by anybody else, unless there's someone that comes, a member of that household that comes out and talks about it. Is what you just heard there is not abnormal. That's not abnormal. That's the sad part. And how do I know this? Is because I know, well, one, you can go around the community and talk to plenty of people, but I know people that I grew up with that experienced things just like what I did, or close to, or at least experience what we just heard with Michael, where it's, if it's not physical abuse, there's definitely psychological or emotional abuse. And unfortunately, it's actually more rampant than I think most people realize.
I know plenty of theistic and Christian families that love their children and raise them lovingly. And nobody should assume that because you're a believer in a God or you're a Christian that you're into abuse. That happens on all ends of the spectrum. But when these folks read from a book and they take that doctrine and practice it as an evil form of raising your children, that's where the problem is. Because there isn't a doctrine with a person that does not believe in a God. You're just called a fucking asshole.
Yeah. And the only thing I would say where I would slightly disagree with what you said. Is there are a lot of Christian households where the parents are, I think, in their nature good people, but because of the book that they read and the theology that they buy into, a lot of the things that they do to their kids, or they say to their kids, or they treat them, they would be categorized as abuse, or pretty damn close to it, but they don't realize it. Like, it's not abuse to them because they feel like they feel and they've been told that they're doing the right thing for their kids. So it's all good intentions on their part, but as a pastor once said all the time, good intentions pave your road to hell. And that's the thing where, I'm not saying there's not good people that don't abuse their kids and don't do those things, but a lot of times those things are happening, and the parents don't even realize that it is, emotional or psychological abuse. They just don't get it.
No, I'm with you on that. What I'm more leaning toward is like this progressive Christianity. These folks that actually try to promote the LGBT and they're almost like they can't shake off the fact that they've been taught to believe in a deity. They like all the fluffiness and the "I want to go somewhere after I die" aspect of Christianity. Mm-hmm. So these guys are probably not much different to people that love their kids just like we would love our kids, but they still hold on to a God belief or a heaven belief and things. They even say that the Bible isn't, word for word accurate and things like that. They line up almost all the way. I'm saying they consider themselves to be Christian too. So there's folks that believe in the things we do not believe in that mm-hmm. still love their kids and would never harm them or treat them bad. They may even say kudos for being atheist. But that woman right there that we heard is an evil piece of shit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The first line out of her mouth when you played it for me the first time, it was like a gut punch. It was like, oh God, I remember those conversations. It's that sucks, man. And I can probably have a good idea what was going through that young man's mind as his mom was talking to him. In that tone, that just condescending, like, are you fucking stupid? That's all I heard when she didn't say it, but her tone and her delivery was, are you fucking stupid?
I'm not going to be biased here, but Michael was a boss.
Oh, he handled it well.
Michael handled it, and he didn't want that fucking PS4 for Christmas anyway. He said, "Fuck that." Hey, look! Shout out to J Mike. Go check out Axioms on Trial, folks. Go over there to Cease to Know and J Mike's channel, and smash that like. And Randolph Richardson, I checked out that Darth Dawkins debate. Finally got around to that. You pissed him off. You got on his nerves, for lack of a better term. I guess pre-suppers don't want to get a hold of Randolph. Randolph was to Darth what Richard Madsen was to Darth. A pain in his ass.
Yeah, that one's pretty hysterical too. Darth didn't know what direction was what. Is up down? Is down up? What are you doing right now? And don't forget the Chris Atlee, atheist pastor. I still say he's my favorite so far. But if you're an atheist, or you've started to become a skeptic, and you're questioning, you're asking, starting to ask all the questions that we've kind of been talking about, call in 706-236-7608. I'd love to talk to you. You can ask questions, or we can chop it up. If you're a theist and you have a deeply held belief, and you have a particular question for me, or a certain topic you want to discuss, I'd love to do that. So calling again, the number is 706-236-7608. And just to kind of go back on that video, the part that continues to stick out to me is when she says, the mom says to Michael, well, this means that we have to go to church every single Sunday. I can tell you from my experience anyway, that, like, doubling down on your God and doubling down on the amount of time we spend at church isn't going to help the cause. It's not going to help build my belief in a God or my faith in a God. If anything, it's going to push me further away from desiring that, because now it's forced. Now it's we don't do this by choice. And if you're a Christian, everything's supposed to be free will. So this isn't free will. I don't actually get to choose. I'm being told that we're going to go to church and this is what we believe in. And if you don't, then no Christmas for you. No Christmas for you. So parents, Christian parents, if you're watching this or you see this later, don't do that. Don't do that. It's not productive. You're not going to even get close to the type of results I think it is that you're looking for, as far as trying to convince them, that this God is real and that they should be serving this God. If I try, trying to put myself in the mother's shoes there, and and granted, knowing what I know now, it wouldn't have. First of all, it wouldn't have been, what the fuck? Like, okay, cool. Do you mind sitting down? Like, let's talk. Let's chop it up. I want to see where you're at, and use the same level of reasoning that even we do on the channel, but I do with my kids now. Okay, why do you believe that? What was the method? What was the process? What was it that convinced you or led you to start deconstructing that belief system that you grew up with? That's just thinking out loud. If you're a parent, you do want to have that conversation, but as a former Christian, having parents that are still to this day very, very steadfast and heels dug in their faith, I'll tell you that approach is never going to it's never going to provide any type of a solution or outcome that I think you're looking for. The best thing to do is to love them and show that you love them, and demonstrate that you love them by having a conversation with them, and not just beating them down with a Bible or more time served in church or more time served at youth camp, or whatever. Whatever that looks like for your household, because every denomination's different with all that. But and then at the end of it, where she's, we grew up like this. What was it she said? I'm going brain dead now, but basically talk, the reason for the season, Jesus is the reason. So you're not going to get gifts because Jesus is the reason. So again, and I love Christopher Hitchens talked about thought crimes a lot. So because I don't believe, and I can't believe because I don't have the evidence, I'm now going to be cut out on the quality family celebration, exchanging of gifts, which I always have said is the exchanging of the physical demonstration of love. If you've read the 5 love languages, you know what I mean. There's a lot of people that love to receive gifts. That's a huge way to show them that you love them. Now I get cut out of that, or I get cut off from that, because I can't believe, because I don't find the evidence. I don't find a good reason to believe in that God and your God. To me, man, as a parent, you've missed the mark there.
I'm in northern Utah, raised a Mormon, have polygamist in my past.
Hey, Oz, I got a polygamist for you.
You got a polygamist? What?
Hello, how are you?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, man. Okay,
this is Oz. Who am I talking to?
My name is David.
Hi, David. How are you?
You can call me Dave. I'm
Okay.
all right. I don't know what is the subject, because I just came across this, and I've never called into a talk line like this before.
Well, yeah.
What's
First
the
of all,
subject
Dave.
going on here?
Yeah. First of all, Dave. Thanks for calling in. My name's Oz. This is the TART Live call-in show, and the subject is kind of open tonight. Usually, we do calls from theists that want to talk about
Okay.
God claim,
Oz,
God
TART,
belief.
TART. I'm thinking that says something atheist, something. Okay, what's the acronym?
Yeah. So TART is the Atheist Roundtable. And we usually our call-in shows are to do with God claims. We can do that tonight, but I'm also kind of zeroing in on people that are questioning their faith, or have newly left faith or exited religion, that kind of thing. So it's really wide open. Is there anything particular you want to talk about?
Well, I've exited religion. That's for damn sure.
Good.
Born and raised Mormon. I have I have polygamist cousins and uncles and aunts and grandparents that like to shoot and kill each other, and it's just fucking crazy. And I'm, like I said, like I told you, I'm kind of drunk, and I probably shouldn't be talking right now.
Hey, you're good. I like alcohol. Let's talk.
Okay. Okay. My father, who is a very good Mormon, still is. He's like nearly 70. He is the eldest of his clan. When he was 18, his parents took all the rest of his brothers and sisters and moved them to Mexico following a cult leader called Ervil Baron. And that's where everybody's brainwashed. And my father, I am thankful to my father. I know he's a good Mormon. I'm thankful to the fact that he didn't follow them too, because all of my cousins, aunts, they all speak fucking Spanish. I can't. Like, todo, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete, ocho. I can do that shit, but.
So, Dave, how long have you been removed from religion or Mormonism?
I really never really bought it.
Okay.
I recall, Kay, because I was into rock and roll and heavy metal and stuff, and I recall I tried to grow my hair long, and my father hated that shit out of it, and he made me go to church, and I'd sit there, and the first thing I seen when I walked through the freaking doors of the church was this big photograph of a long-haired freaking hippie sitting on, it's just like, really? Are you serious? Jesus had long hair, so what the fuck? You want me to give a fucking, you want a crew cut?
And who knows? Maybe Jesus had a crew cut. We don't know.
Yeah, maybe he's black too. We don't know. I think he was definitely brown though.
Oh, he definitely wasn't white.
But I don't think he's even real. But coming from where he's coming from, he's brown. He's not freaking blue-eyed, white, and
so Dave, if I could ask you a question, do you have obviously you said you never really bought into God, Mormonism, anything like that. Do you have any deeply held beliefs that affect the way you live your life every day? Whether it could be a God, but maybe it's karma, or maybe it's aliens, or maybe Bigfoot. Like there's tons of people that have
lizard people.
Or it could be lizard people.
No, I do not. I do not. I do not. I'm so totally skeptical about everything around me. Okay, Bigfoot is I'm even skeptical. I mean, super scientists, they're like talking about like, what do they call them? Alternate like realities.
Mhm.
A separate, an alternate universe type thing. Like, really? Where you guys come up with that? It's just, wow, that you're really, really reaching out there in the hypothesis, but I love looking at the night sky, and that Jupiter and Saturn are coming up on. You can go outside and you will maybe see I believe the 22nd of December, they're going to merge like really close. And I find that cool. And, and I just I want to run. I want to jump in my vehicle and run up into the mountaintops away from the city lights or, like the light pollution and just stare at the sky. I mean, you ever think about like, way back, I mean, human beings are really old. I mean, a few 100,000 years, and there's been some evolution and stuff, and you got your Homo ergaster, Homo what this, and okay. Every time I bring this up to my friends, they're all like, their eyes go like wide. So we're homos. Oh, yeah, we are. We're all homos. It's not sexual.
We're Homo sapiens or Homo. Yeah, absolutely. And Dave, we do have a couple other people in the call line. Is there any questions you had for me?
No, I don't. I just kind of wanted to call in and kind of rant. And thank you for listening to me. And
no, not a problem. And feel free to call in. Feel free to call again in the future. We just when we have other people on the phone line, when we keep it going and try to get.
What's your name on Facebook? Can we chat on Facebook or?
Yep, it's Oz TART Live.
His name is T Jump. You can find him on Twitch. You can find him on. You can actually look him up in the phone book. Dave the polygamist, everybody, the drunk polygamist. Thank you, Dave. We appreciate you coming on, bud. Thank you, Dave.
No, I'm not. No, I made my way out of it. Thank you so much.
Dave, you filthy animal. Talk to you.
Bye-bye.
What a great guy. Where are we getting these callers from, Oz? Are you pranking me? Anyway. Did you catch the game last night? Was there a game? I don't know.
That was fantastic. I've got to talk to a few Mormons, and that can be a very interesting conversation if they're a practicing Mormon. Obviously, Dave. The only thing he's practicing tonight is. Do
you want to check out some voicemails that somebody's left? Let's see.
Yeah, let's do it.
Hey, buddy. Saw you on TikTok. Was watching that. Loved it. I'm a Hasidic Orthodox Jewish male, 4 kids. Grew up as a Sephardi, if that makes any sense. My father was a rabbi. I understand brainwashing pretty well, and I think it could be used for good. I do understand. Obviously, my kids, I like to keep them open-minded as well. If that's something that was pertinent to what you were talking about, then go ahead and call me back. TikTok game, what was that? Gotta remember. Marketplace Saints. At Marketplace Saints. Or you can call me back at the number that you got from this recording message. Usually text works the best. Stay blessed. Hope you're awesome. Thank you for the show. You will. Bye.
Hey, let's call this Orthodox Jew guy back. Come on.
Yep, let's do it.
Is that the correct terminology? Orthodox Jew guy? Is that how you call him? Or
yeah, it's better than what else popped to mind when you said that. So yeah, just roll with that.
hold on, let's see. Gotta look at his number.
And did I hear right? He said that brainwashing can be used for positive.
What did he say his name was?
I missed the name.
Let me see if I can remember his name.
Did I get cut off?
Hey, this is Pasta Mike. I'm looking for that shifty Jew that just called me.
Oh, that's me.
Hey,
One second.
Hey.
1 second. I'm sorry. Shit. I put this guy on hold. I really thought I dropped a call. Let me just tell this guy I'll call him back.
No, you can
just give me a second.
Just hang up on him. It's okay.
Okay, you got it. Boom. Hung up on him. What's up, 50 Jew, Mike Lover?
No, I actually am a big fan of shifty Jews. I got one. I got one in my friend circle. No, what's your first name again?
Moshe.
Let me see.
Why not?
So just to be sure, you're not a drunk polygamist. Let me see here.
Oh, well, you know what? I am a little drunk and I do believe in polygamy, but I don't know if that makes me a less shifty Jew.
Hold the phone. You believe in polygamy?
The Bible believes in it. I mean, our father, Jacob, definitely married sisters. We don't believe in marrying sisters. I'll go that far.
Well, there's polygamy and then there's marrying your sister, which isn't those two different
Yeah,
things?
No. That's not what I said.
Oh, okay.
I said marrying sisters.
Oh, sister.
Meaning he married sisters.
Oh.
You know, Leah and Rachel were sisters.
Well, let me just play along like I think all this makes
Go
sense.
for it. Never mind.
So
Got
Moshe,
it.
Mosher.
No R.
No R. Okay.
Yeah, Moshe. Moses.
Terrible.
You can call me Moses.
Okay. Let's see here.
Yeah.
No
How about that?
No problem, buddy. You sound like
I'm not being recorded, or am I live, or what's going on?
Well, you're both of those things. You're being recorded. You're possibly going to be jested at. There's a little bit of jest involved here, but all done in love.
I'm totally okay with that. That's fine.
Yeah,
you know,
and it's live as well.
Jews love comedy.
I'm telling you, Jerry Seinfeld is one of my favorites. Actually, here we go.
All right.
Anyway,
how you doing?
Anyway, Moshe, I'm going to put you on to Oz, the house idiot.
Sounds good.
Moshe, it's Oz. How you doing, man?
How you doing, man?
I'm doing good.
Did I just assume your gender? Shit. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. No offense taken here.
It's 2020. I can't take too many of those. You know what I'm saying.
No, I feel you, but we're good here.
The fact you thought he was a human was good enough, man.
Love it.
The fact that you talked to me like I was here and alive is plenty. So the one thing I heard the voicemail, and the part that actually stuck out to me the most is you said that, and I don't want to misrepresent, but you alluded to at least that brainwashing can be used for the good or a good. Can you tell me
absolutely.
a little more about that?
Yeah, I definitely was brainwashed well, meaning that I have, what am I? I'm 32. I've got a family, got married at 19 like a schmuck. Didn't figure out that my wife and I actually liked each other until after 4 kids. It was great, you know? The idea of raising children is brainwashing. It has to be schooling, arithmetic, reading, writing, the 3 R's, even though that doesn't make any sense, is brainwashing kids into trying to goad them into a certain society that we're trying to make. And so, I do believe that there is good brainwashing. If you're raising kids to be a productive member of society, obviously, F the system, whatever you want to say. I think those are also good messages, but at least a person should be able to be an upstanding human being in the world, that they shouldn't be ashamed of the acts that they take. Those are things that I want to download into my kids' brains. Technically it's all brainwashing, because I could also be the worst human being ever, and just tell them to smoke pot and take acid and kill themselves. I could start a cult if I really wanted to. But that's what I'm saying. People are malleable, and they're all technically being brainwashed till they could think for themselves, especially kids.
Okay, so I'm, well, I guess first thing I want to go back to, so in regards to school and math and science, whatever subject we want to throw out, teaching them how to use mathematics and use a scientific process, or how to read. I guess I'm trying to figure out what you mean by that. I don't see that as brainwashing. I see that as educating.
100%. But you're, I'm assuming, older than 20 years old. So
only by a year or
we
two,
live in a new future. Yeah, right. And apparently they're starting to call that racist. Having like I don't know, scientific conclusions or absolutes. They consider that to be this whole postmodernism bullshit is really affecting my bottom line.
Okay,
you know what I mean.
But then to go back to, because I'll throw that one respectfully. I'm going to throw that one out, because when we're talking about the things, because you talked about being a productive human. Yes, I believe that all of us are supposed to be a productive human, and if you cannot read, write, do math, all of that, to me, you're not going to be a productive human if you don't have that. So that's not brainwashing. That's education and setting you up for a successful future. But then to go to the other thing you brought up, you said you got married at what, 19? You said?
Yeah, 19. And
okay.
I couldn't believe it.
Okay, so you got married at 19. You have 4 children now. You said that, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, and then you said you found out it wasn't until after 4 kids that you either liked or enjoyed or loved your spouse. Whatever that looked like for you. How did brainwashing? How is that incorporated there? I didn't understand that.
All right. Right. So it's a different culture. And what ends up happening is that you're I would say brainwashed, but you're grown up in a society that believes that that being married is a pinnacle at a certain age. In the frum community of Judaism, I guess you would call it in English the ultra orthodox community, and at a certain point you're raised thinking like, hey, I'm going to get married, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and you find a person and you end up you're okay with them, but you don't really know a person. Like, one of the best things I love is that in America they have this what is it, till death do us part, when a person's getting married, right? And like, how bullshit is that? Like in 20 years from now, I'm literally not even the same cells. That's already, I've shed my entire existence literally twice. I think it's every 7 years all of your cells are gone. Like, as a physical human being, I've already been remade twice, and you want me to have the same mental capacity? It really is. It's a stunning situation. I'm not trying to push one way or the other of what's right there or not. Obviously, some people can have the way they want to raise their kids, and I want that to be an open choice. But I do believe that most of parenting is technically brainwashing.
What makes you believe that?
I guess how stupid people are. I don't know. What I was just saying. Let me define brainwashing. I guess that's the best way. I guess we'll get forward from this discussion. Is brainwashing means designing a brain to think certain paths. are correct and certain paths are not. Is that not a bad way to put it?
For this discussion, I can accept that that definition. But really, if that's what we're going to apply to that, when I then overlay that over what you shared with your marital experience, I would say in what you shared, you actually disproved brainwashing the way you just defined it.
Right. What's right and what's wrong?
So you said that.
Or yeah, explain a little more.
Yeah. So you said that brainwashing is, essentially programming a brain to work, one way or the other. Like you continue to, and now I'm kind of giving you what I heard when you said that.
Sure.
Is you're influencing the thought pattern. You're influencing the way the brain processes information by the pre-proposed construct that you're giving them. So by doing that, then when they enter into adulthood, you're hoping as a parent, then if that's your strategy, that they go about these things ABC. That they go that way. And
right,
you said you jumped into marriage at 19, not really knowing at 19. I totally agree with you. At 19, you don't know your ass from center field. Like you don't know what's going on. And by the time you're 29, you're a completely different human being than you were at 19. Then you go to 39. You skip ahead again. You're definitely not the same person you were then. So did the brainwashing really work? Because now you've developed into this person at 29 or 39, and everything that you were equipped with back then is usually, it's usually gone at that point as far as the psychological part of it, if you're allowed to think freely. Now, if you were still entrapped into, a religion or a family construct where that manipulation or the brainwashing continues, then maybe that's still there. But as you grow and you mature, you kind of grow out of it. So is it brainwashing? Or is it like you kind of alluded to, like shedding the skin or the layers of that onion?
I mean, I guess both. I know statistics do say that there's a smaller divorce rate in Orthodox Jewish communities than on average. Whether or not I understand how that works, I'm not a statistician or however you say it. And I can only talk for myself. So that's why I bring up a lot of personal issues when I'm trying to talk about anything. But I guess what my real point is that brainwashing is not to be considered. I guess that's what we started on, to be considered derogatory in itself.
Yeah, and going back to that, I do believe that brainwashing is derogatory. We as humans should never set out to control or
okay.
have mastery.
Right now, you just you got it right there. The word was control, and I 100% believe that. If that's how you want to define the brainwashing as a control of another person's brain, I 100% agree that would be evil. But in and of itself, if you are attempting to influence another person in a certain way, as that's kind of the way that I was defining washing, meaning that you're giving a person, especially when you have so much control over another person, like your daughter. My daughter's here; she's listening. Right. If you have so much control over another human being, like your own children, you have to be thinking about the way that you are raising them, that it is almost tantamount to brainwashing. Shit, that's not even a word. Brainwashing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Had you said the word influence, I probably would have had very little pushback, because each parent, unless there's abuse involved, each parent's going to have their own prerogative, when it comes to how they raise and influence their children. But brainwashing, to me is a completely different conversation, because now we're talking about more like control.
You had a concept of control over another human's brain, which I doubt that actually exists, as I could express through my own life, as you were saying as well. Getting married at 19 and still being able to figure out certain things. A person's able to think for themselves, and that's the beauty of our fellow human man.
Yep, and just so you know, and I kind of waited to share this, but I was also married at within a day or no, couple weeks, whatever, over my 19th birthday. I got married when I was 19, and have 4 kids with my ex-wife. So I get it. And by the time I was 30 years old, I was like, who the hell are you, and who the hell am I? So
you're literally physically a different person. You shed every single cell of your body every 7 years. It's incredible. And they expect your brain to stay stagnant. It doesn't.
Yep, it is pretty crazy. But Moshe, before you go, any questions or anything for me before we go to the next caller?
No, I really appreciate your time, and thanks for inviting me, and thanks for your time.
Not a problem. Call back anytime.
All right, free.
Moshe, everybody. Thank you, Moshe. Appreciate it for calling in, man. What a nice guy.
Yeah, he was cool.
He wasn't shifty at all. Nice guy. Yeah. So we got, hold on. I was just about to, got another caller. Who's this guy, Oz?
Hard telling.
Hey, thanks for calling the Atheist Roundtable.
Hey.
Hey,
how you doing?
Hey, what's going on? How can I help tonight?
Well, not much. I was watching this guy on TikTok, this atheist troll guy.
Uh-huh.
And
I'm sorry about that.
I called in. So no, I mean I'm not. So we're talking about Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, give me a good argument for why I should believe in Jesus or God or some such shit.
Why you should believe in it? Hold on 1 second. What's your first name?
My name is Richard. Richard T.
Richard, thank you, Richard. Richard, where's your grounding? What's your position? Are you atheist, theist? Are you a
I'm an atheist.
Oh, great. Okay. Well, hold on.
Been an atheist since I was 9 years old.
Hold on. Are you sure you're an atheist?
Yes, I'm quite sure.
Richard, everybody. Let's get a warm round of applause for Richard. Cut it. Anyway, hold on, Richard. Let's see here. So Richard's an atheist, and you said you wanted a good argument as to why you should believe in God.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, well, hold on. I don't have the sound effect of crickets, so.
Obviously, you believe in this higher being, and I don't believe in this higher being.
Richard,
and a lot of times.
Hold on a second, Richard. Hold on a second. Oz, Richard's muted. Go ahead and pretend you're a Christian for Richard. I'll put you on to Pastor Oz real quick. He can go ahead, because Richard, I'm an atheist, dog. I'm with you, bruh. I don't believe in this shit.
Oh,
but Oz does. Oz is Pentecostal. Hold on, man.
Hey, Richard, how are you?
Well, I'm fantastic.
Great. So, I know you're atheist. Why do you not believe in a God?
Well, because there's nothing I can see that would lead me to believe that there was a God.
Okay. And to what extent have you looked or went to determine that there's absolutely no God?
Well, I've read the Bible, the Torah, the Quran, and I just don't believe in it. It just doesn't make any sense.
Okay, so because it doesn't make sense to you, you just decided that there's no God?
Well, absolutely. I mean, 1 + 1 = 2.
Okay.
2 + 2 = 4.
Okay. All right. And you said you read the Bible. There are many different accounts.
I have read the Bible. I'm not going to tell you that I'm a Bible scholar, but I've read it. I've read a lot of the horrible shit in the Bible too. You know, they were snatching babies out of bellies in the Bible.
Okay.
God, that God that Christians worship. I mean, he could be pretty fucking evil.
Okay. All right. Well, so then when you read the Bible, Richard, tell me, how do you think we got here? Like, why are we here? How do we get here?
By happenstance, by evolution.
By chance? Okay.
Oh, that's the science.
So science says we got here by chance?
Well, I mean, you know, I'm not Neil deGrasse Tyson, but by the same token, you know, I don't believe that somebody just magically said poof, and here we were.
Hang on a second. He told me he was Neil deGrasse Tyson backstage. What? You're not Neil deGrasse Tyson? Hold on, dog.
Well,
I thought you would.
I think I am.
That's bullshit. Don't you?
Yeah, I might have lied. I might have lied about that.
I'm going to let you off this time. I'm going to let you off.
So Richard, when you look around us, it doesn't really matter how we feel or what we think about it. When we look around us, there's a lot of designed things, creatures, structures, all of that. Those require a designer. We require. This universe requires a designer. Things don't just come from nothing. So how do you explain nothing to something without a designer?
Well, probably the same way that Ken Ham said that there was two of everything on a boat, and Ken Ham said that dinosaurs lived along man. Now, with that being said, it's been proven you could not have put two of everything on a boat with that limited amount of people that they had there and made it work. That was proven because Ken Ham actually wanted to have live animals at the Creationist Museum. That's what he wanted to have until they realized that they would all suffocate.
Okay, but I asked you about origins, and you went to Ken Ham in a boat. I want to know how we got here without a designer.
I mean, I don't really know how we got here. I mean, and nobody does. I mean, you can speculate.
So you're an atheist for no good reason, is that what you're saying?
I'm an atheist because I just don't believe that, in magical sky gods, burning bushes, or talking snakes. That's plain and simple.
Those are the go-to. I do this all the time. Those are the go-to atheist arguments when they don't know how to define their, or represent their position. So I'm still asking you, how do you know there's no God and there's no designer, because you've given me nothing to stand on so far?
Well, you sir have not given me anything. Give me something to stand on.
No, I did. I told you that we have we have the galaxy, we have our planet, we have humans, animals, all these different species, all the way down to bacteria, that show that there has to be some sort of a designer. It can't just be poof, like you alluded to, that these things just happen on happenstance. There has to be a designer. There has to be the original, the original force. So
things evolve all the time.
Well, evolution is not creation. You're talking about two different things. You're talking about two different things.
Well, evolution.
But evolution is not creation.
I believe in. Exactly. I don't believe in creationism.
Okay, so creation or the origins. Let's say origins. We'll remove creation. Evolution is the process after the origins. Like, so first everything had to originate. Then the evolutionary process would come into place if evolution is true. Right now I'm talking about origins, not evolution.
Okay. Well, the way I look at it is this.
I believe in the Big Bang Theory. Can I explain it? No,
Sure.
I cannot. I'm not a scientist.
Oh, I thought you were going to.
I can't explain. Absolutely, I cannot explain it. But I do not believe that there is some magical person in the sky that watches everything that everybody does and then makes the determination as to where you go, whether you've been good or bad. I mean, it's kind of like Santa Claus, whether you get a present or you don't get a present. Kind of stupid.
Okay, and you're completely allowed to have that opinion. But again, and when I talk to atheists all the time, they do exactly what you did to dodge the questions. What is the origins? And we go from origins to where we go in afterlife, and we still haven't even dealt with the origins yet.
Oh, so. No, I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm not dodging the question. What was the question again? I'm sorry. It's late in the evening. I decided to call in, but what was the question again?
What are our origins? The galaxy, humankind, the animals, the bacteria. How are we here minus a designer?
Well, we don't know how we're here. I mean, we can speculate.
Well, you don't. I do, but go ahead.
Yeah. No, I mean, I believe that. I just believe that. I believe in the Big Bang Theory.
Why have we got nipples, Frank? Richard, sorry. Why have we got nipples? Tell me.
I mean, I got nipple rings.
Oh.
I mean, seriously, my wife kind of likes them, but
your wife is a heathen. Let's just face it, she's a heathen. But Richard, everybody, thank you for coming on, Richard. Are you any closer to finding God after this call? Let me gauge it.
Yeah, not so much.
Well, I tell you what, would you believe in God if you weren't able to explain something, for example, or would you have to have evidence for a God?
Oh no, I would absolutely have to have evidence. I would absolutely.
You got to have that evidence.
I would absolutely. That's just it. You know what I mean? Like I like to laugh and I like to joke and I like to talk about stuff. I like to be funny, but at the end of the day, there is no evidence, and I have to have evidence.
Well,
Richard.
I know 500 guys that saw a guy get up after he got killed. So sorry, Richard. It's demonstrable. Anyway, thanks, Richard. I'll talk to you soon. Okay, buddy?
Probably not.
See you in heaven, buddy. I love you. Bye.
Mm-hmm.
Richard, man, what a nice guy. He told me, he said, don't call me Dick if I call in. I was like, yeah, all right, dude. Hey, so Jeff says, ask him to explain why he believes in the Big Bang. Sorry, Jeff, he's gone.
Here you go. That was fun. Where's my techno music? One post.
Hello?
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 It's Oz. Who am I talking to?
What's up?
I said, this is Oz. Who am I talking to?
My name is Jason.
What's up, Jason? How are you?
Doing good, man. Doing good.
Awesome. What do you want to talk about?
All right. So this is my second time calling. I've called before. Y'all made a comment one time. It was about I was defending Christianity, and let's see. I'm trying to remember exactly how the conversation went. It basically ended up saying, y'all saying I condone slavery.
I'm trying to remember if I was on for that one. I don't remember, but that's irrelevant. What part of it did you want to talk about?
So I wanted to go back to the slavery issue, just to touch base. I don't have a lot of time, but yeah, the people that I was talking to that night, they stated that slavery was bad and that it was just horrible.
You don't believe that?
No, I believe that there were bad slave owners. I think there's a difference.
Hold on, stop, just real quick. So, you believe slavery in any capacity is acceptable? You actually believe it's okay?
Well, let me stop you right there. I'm going to go to Shakespeare real quick and say, a rose by any other name would still smell as sweet.
Okay, that's the. I'm not interested in Shakespeare and poetry. I want your opinion. Is slavery bad? I wouldn't even use the word immoral. I'll just say, is it bad? Is slavery bad? Yes or no?
Well, that's the thing I'm talking about is terminology. When you use the word slavery, you are you immediately go to your mind that whips and working all day, and that's the mentality that you have.
Jason, you do, and usually I don't interrupt people, but making this kind of claim, I'm probably going to interrupt you. The more ludicrous it gets, whether we're talking about biblical slavery or even, modern day slavery in some examples, but even here, what we experienced here in the States, as we went through the human rights movement and all of that. The fact that you can try to, first of all, separate the two is disgusting to me, if I can be honest. And they actually use the scriptures here in America as they're trying to figure out how to deal with slavery. They use the Bible as their resource. So I'm trying to figure out how you're trying to dance around this or wiggle around this, because they are still one and the same.
Well, what I'm getting down to is that we have Christians that are good and we have Christians that are bad. Yes.
Say it again.
We have Christians that are good and we have Christians that are bad. Yes.
But what we're getting at is the information is coming from the Bible, not from Christians, but from an alleged God.
I understand that. What I'm getting to is broken terminology.
Do you think there's a better term? What would you call it?
A better term?
Yeah.
Well, it's like this. One of the persons I spoke with had children. Would you consider that you own those children until they turn 18?
No.
You don't consider that you own your own children?
No, I don't own my kids.
So you mean to tell me that you're not financially responsible for them when they're born?
Because I'm financially responsible for the children that I brought on this planet does not mean I have I don't have deeds or titles over them. I don't have ownership of them. That's ludicrous.
You do. No, how is that ludicrous? You have ownership over your children.
No, well, maybe you view it that way. Maybe you do. But for me, I don't view my kids as property, that they're just my little pieces of property. I view them as things that are in my life that I'm responsible to help to grow and mature and learn, but I don't own them. They're not property.
Well, see, that's my entire point. Broken terminology. And that's why.
But can you own a stranger?
Can I own a stranger?
Yeah, let's say there's somebody from a foreign land and you take them and you give them a wife, let's say, and then that wife and them have children. Do you own their children?
Well, okay. Listen, what I was getting to is,
avoiding what the Bible says.
The Bible also says that you're supposed to obey the laws of the land.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if the consensus says that it's not proper, then you're supposed to obey the lands of the law.
So it's just slavery with extra
real quick,
steps.
hold on. We got a super chat here from one of our viewers here, Jason. He Atheist Chico asks if he beats his kids and they get up after a day or two, should he be punished or not?
Again, I mean the laws of the land have evolved. So I mean, do you understand what I'm saying?
I understand how you're trying to dance around it, and we're not going to allow you to dance around it.
It's point blank. I mean, it really is.
No, it's point blank that you're trying to justify slavery. That's what's point blank, and we're not going to allow you to sugarcoat it to do that.
I'm not justifying.
Let me
I'm
ask,
not justifying.
Let me ask Jason the Chico question. Okay, Jason. So Atheist Chico asks, and shout out to Chico, by the way. I was chatting with him the other day I was chatting to him through Nate Dogg. Nate Dogg is my interpreter in Discord. Jeff's Discord. Join Let's Talk Religion. Selfless plug. Anyway, Jason, if back in, we're going back now. We're speaking hypothetically. Okay, I'm going to set the stage. Back in the times of the Old Testament, when Exodus was written, the laws that were put in place. Now you're back. We're taking we're doing like a Back to the Future thing. We're back in those times, you and I together, and I'm working for you under those laws. Is it okay for you to beat me within inches of my life as long as you don't kill me? It's just a yes or no. It's kind of like a yes or no type of thing.
I would not beat you until an inch of your life.
Okay, cool. That's it. It's pretty easy, right, to say that. Jason, everybody.
But let me ask you this. Can I ask you this before you let me go?
Yeah, no, you don't have to go anywhere. I just wanted to ask that question.
and it goes back to the conversation that we were having that night. And this is nowadays. There are homeless people that literally, I'm telling you, they beat themselves until an inch of life. They wander the streets, they get hungry, they get cold. And what I'm saying is the broken terminology.
You can help people without slavery. You don't have to own someone to help them.
A name. Just like the Shakespeare thing I was talking about.
So if the terminology is the problem, what terminology do you think is better?
Being a good steward.
So then the Bible is incorrect. It needs to say being a good steward, in your opinion. So we have a translation error, some other error with the Bible.
Could I say that you have an understanding of the Bible that is incorrect?
I should.
I mean, is that a possibility?
I mean, why would you leave it to chance? This is God's most dire word, and he left it up to chance on whether or not we would translate it properly.
Okay. Now, let me ask you this. Do you know the commandments?
The 10 Commandments?
Okay. Well, Jesus came back and he gave one commandment. There was only one commandment that he came back and
none of this is helping with the justifying of slavery, just avoiding it.
Well, hear me out. Jesus gave one commandment when he came back. It trumped all 10 commandments. I'm sorry?
I did not come to abolish the law. You ever heard that?
His last commandment was to love your neighbor like you love yourself. Now, you got people out here committing suicide and they do drugs and they run their life into the ground. That's how they love themselves. And then you take a step back and look at the world. I mean, I don't know, man. The only thing I'm trying to get at is we need more love and understanding.
But Jason, I have to jump in there. So you say we want more love and more understanding, but you called in second or third time to further justify slavery. So I want to back up even further. Because a lot of what we're talking about is in that part is the Old Testament law. Well, why are you convinced that, in whether you want to talk about an Old Testament God, New Testament God, because they're two very different characters, why do you, with all these inconsistencies, what does convince you that this God is even real? Like, why do you put this much a stock into this supernatural being?
Well, I believe love is a real thing. Can you agree?
Depending on how you define love, but for conversation's sake, I'll say yes, because I want to see where you're going with it.
Okay, so can you see love?
I can see it in a brain scan, absolutely.
You can see it in what?
In a brain scan.
In a brain scan, you can see love?
You can see the chemicals that trigger the reward center of the brain that trigger love, feelings, emotions, things like that, yes.
Okay.
It's not groundbreaking science. This has been around for a while. What would you say if we get to a point where we can implant thoughts in people?
Hold on.
Let me stop you there. Do you believe witchcraft is real?
No.
Okay. Let me point something out to you. In the Bible, it says that your words have power. All you have to do, and there you can go to any major star in the world, like a what I'm talking about, is a Hollywood person star, and talk to them, and they say all you have to do is say it out loud and manifest it.
Okay, Jason.
Okay, the reason I say this is because you bring up science, and once you give power to something, then it makes itself real. And
I didn't bring up science. You asked me a question. I answered it. My original question, and again, we've spun off of it, is I want to know why you are convinced to this level that this God or this supernatural being exists. That I want to go back there. Like, why are you so convinced?
I'm trying to explain it to you.
No, you were talking about my answer.
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead. I'll show
I asked you if you could see love. You said that you could see it in a scan, and then somebody cut in and said something about science.
Okay, well, yeah, I said you could see it in a brain scan. Yes.
To every verse in the Bible is truth, whether it be slavery, whether it be scientific, whether it be witchcraft. Everything is mentioned in the Bible. There's not a scenario in life that you can't bring up.
I want to make sure that I heard that correctly. You just stated that everything in the Bible is truth.
Everything in the Bible is truth. Yes.
Okay, Jason. I'm not going to ask because we're live on online. I don't know how old you are, but
35.
Okay, you're 35 years old. Since you shared, I'll share. I'm 39, and in 39 years of living, I've yet to witness or experience any. First of all, anything supernatural. But now let's just take it to the natural world. I've never heard a snake talk to me, a donkey talk to me. I've never seen a bush combust and start talking to me. So that's why I want to know. I bring those examples up to ask you, why are you so convinced of this God and that everything in that book is absolute truth? What you just asserted, when there's so many things in there that we can very easily poke holes into and show that there's no truth.
Well, you say that you can poke holes in it. Which I seriously doubt that you could. But anyway,
I'm going to go on record and say Jeff's done far worse than that to the Bible.
Well,
I mean, what about the part of the Bible? I mean, you can take a very simple claim. The mustard seed is the smallest of all seeds. We know that's not true. There are smaller seeds.
Well,
the book is wrong.
It's just like I was saying earlier, your words have power.
But
if you create it,
what does that have to do with the seed being small? It's not the smallest seed. It's wrong.
So, Jason, I apologize for myself and Jeff. We'll go quiet. We'll give you 2 or 3 minutes. You tell us why you're convinced that God exists, and we'll stop.
Okay. Like I said, I don't condone slavery, and I'm not trying to justify it. But I would like people to understand that broken terminology is a real thing. Understanding, by definition, is just that. I mean, to take the time and actually listen to a person could mean everything else. I mean, if I have to say one thing in the 2 or 3 minutes, I would say that if you want to live your best life possible with as much love as possible, Jesus Christ is the way. I mean, it says it in the Bible. If you might not see the things that were mentioned in the Bible, but I mean, also don't covet your neighbor. You don't need to see what your neighbor's seen. And it's not actually supernatural. It's very natural to see God. Everybody looks for the magic. It's not magic. It's real. It's very much right in front of your face. And when he reaches out to talk to you, you will know it.
So
you will know it. That's guaranteed.
So Jason, thank you. We'll get to a couple of those points, but we had another super chat from one of the live viewers here. Question for you: do you believe God is a spirit, and do you think people who work on weekends should be killed?
So, do I believe that God is a spirit? I believe that God is greater than us. He thinks on a much greater level than us. It says it in the Bible. So if God wanted to be a spirit, so it shall be. And do I think people should be killed if they work on the weekend? I think he's referring to working on the Sabbath, and that's the original book. And Jesus actually made a comment in the Bible about that. He said that the Jewish people work on the Sabbath as circumcising their children. My Father works, and then Jesus replied, my Father works on the Sabbath.
Okay,
I mean, I don't have a Bible right in front of me, but I don't quote me, but layman's terms, pretty much that's what it says.
Okay, so you're saying we should or should not kill people?
We should not kill people if he's referring to working on the Sabbath.
Okay, at least we found something we agree on.
Yeah, okay, now let me justify it. There are killers out there, and God has determined.
Did we lose Jason?
And anything that you know, and that's why what the Bible says, don't judge, lest ye be judged on Judgment Day. He wasn't talking about just the bad; he was talking about the good too. If you're putting boundaries on what is good, how do you know when you exceed good?
I don't know if we can exceed good, but I got another question from the chat for you, from Atheist Cats for $20. Jason is just saying to be good to each other. Or I'm sorry, if Jason is just saying to be good to each other, we don't need a God or a religion to do that. And I say, hell yeah. But go ahead, Jason.
Well, I mean, that's a start. If you can be good, but what is good? I mean, in the Bible, it states that one sin is not greater than another. I mean, stealing a pack of gum in God's eyes is just as bad as going out and having 5 slaves and killing 3 of them. And you might laugh at the fact that in our eyes, no, that's not the way that it is. But I mean, that pack of gum could lead the shop owner to bankruptcy, to where he leads into. It basically goes down to if Hitler were right in front of you, and you had the chance to kill him.
Yes.
You're not going to get in any trouble. Would you kill him?
Yes. Absolutely.
So at what point do you become? At what point do you become a Hitler? How many Hitlers does it take before you kill him?
I'd shoot him right in the dick.
Do you see what I'm saying, though?
No, I don't. But I have a question for you.
Well, okay, all right. Let me ask you this: Who's another mass murderer that you would instantly shoot? I mean, let's line them up. How many people is it going to take before you realize, holy crap, I'm the Hitler?
What's the name of that guy who flooded the earth?
Are you not a fan of capital punishment?
Who's the one who flooded the earth about 6,000 or whatever?
Don't worry about that one. He's all right.
Oh.
But are you saying that we don't need capital punishment?
Well, I'm not. I'm not the one to judge. I'm not the one to say yes or no to anything. I am living my life.
But then what are you talking about?
Now, I'm sorry?
So if your children, let's say you told your children not to steal, okay? And then they ended up stealing a pack of gum. Would the appropriate response be for you to lock them in a room and then burn the house down?
I mean, again, that's not relevant, but
It is relevant because in your case, what you're saying is not one sin's bigger than another. Stealing a pack of gum, a finite crime, is worth infinite punishment for all eternity in hell.
Okay, now let me stop you this. I am not the one to judge. I don't know how more clear I can be. What I can tell that my child, the one that stole the pack of gum, is I hope you understand what you've done in God's eyes is wrong. And I hope that you understand that you can repent and turn away from that. You don't have to do that.
So are you saying that you're more loving than the Christian God?
Am I saying that I'm more loving? No, but I'm trying to be. And see, the thing is I'm giving away everything. I mean, the Bible, everybody says nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect except, and then you hear the Christian people say, well, except Jesus. Well, in the Bible, it says if you want to be perfect, all you have to do is give away everything that you own.
I have a question though. Because I was thinking about this the other day. So I saw somebody explaining Satan and God allowing Satan to deceive man because he didn't want to interfere with free will. Do you think that that's an accurate reason for why God did not interfere with Satan?
And that goes back into the faith. I mean, it's hard to determine what two great powers have over me. I know God thinks bigger than I do, so I'm just going to have to assume that the devil thinks bigger than I do. So
But why
I mean,
do you think
why
he didn't
try
get involved?
Why try to understand something that's greater than you?
Why try and understand? I'm just asking, why do you think that God did not interfere with Satan? It's not bigger than you. We know about the story.
Well, what's the story?
Satan tempted humans, and that contributed to the fall of man. God, being omnipotent, knew that this was going to happen and did nothing to prevent it.
Okay.
So do you think that he did not get involved because he did not want to interfere with free will?
You know, I've had many discussions about this because it gets frustrating. I've never understood, because my question has always been, if God is all powerful, all knowing, hold on, I lose.
He can't be all powerful.
Well, okay, if he's all powerful and all knowing, he is the Alpha and the Omega, he's the beginning and the end.
But what are you even saying? That's not like, I don't understand where you're getting at. I'm just asking a simple question. Why do you think, you personally?
My point. is God knows everything. He is the creator of everything as far as the Christian Bible, yes?
Sure. So he knew that Satan was going to deceive us, yet he did nothing to stop him.
Exactly.
So
But he
why did
already
he do
knows the
nothing to
end.
stop him?
He already knows the end game, correct?
Yeah. So why did he not do anything to stop Satan if he knew it was going to happen?
He knows your every choice. If he is a great God and great creator, he knows every choice.
Right. Yeah. So if he knows everything, why didn't he stop Satan from committing the fall of man?
Why does it make you think that he wanted to stop him?
I mean, I'm kind of with you on that. God could be the orchestrator of all of this on purpose, just to watch us suffer.
Well, who's to say that it's suffer? It's just like you see
The Bible says
a
it's
heroin
suffering.
addict. Okay, it's just like you see a person on the street, a heroin addict with a needle in their arm. Do you just walk by them?
What does that have to do with God of not stopping Satan?
Well, think about it. Think
It's like
about
the third heroin reference too.
No, think about it. I mean, it's just you see somebody struggling in their life. Do you stop to help them?
No, I flood the entire planet. Jason, do you think there's anything a Christian can do that an atheist can't do?
Go to heaven?
Okay. All right.
Where do you find in the Bible?
What am I what?
Where do you find that in the Bible? I do.
Where did I
remember
find what in the
somewhere it
Bible?
says- Isn't there something that says, "Judge not, lest ye be judged"? What do you think that was talking about?
I'm sorry?
Judge not, lest ye be judged. What do you think Scripture means?
I'm sorry. No, like I said, I don't think that you should judge good just like you shouldn't judge bad.
No, that's not what it means. It means you don't say who's going to heaven or hell, because that's God's job, not ours.
Exactly.
And what makes you feel like you need to defend slavery?
I'm not defending slavery. I'm just saying that. No, what I was trying to say is that you were saying ownership of a person is bad, and I'm saying, okay, if you own, I mean, in my eyes, I own my children. I own them. They're
So what
my
about when
full
they're adults? Do you
responsibility.
own them then? Can you pass your children on as inheritance to other people?
That's the point that I'm trying to make, though, is once they become of legal age, and I don't have financial responsibility of them, it's in the government's eyes that I no longer have financial responsibility for them. I mean,
But
even
that
though
has
I can
nothing to
carry
do
on
with ownership of people in the Old Testament.
Yeah, and can you starve your
but it
children?
does though.
You could own them for life.
You get hung up on a terminology that, I mean, what you have.
No, he's not. Bro, I'm a Christian. Listen to me, okay? I'm a Christian.
Okay.
Yes, there was indentured servitude, but that is not what, I mean, it was pure slavery. There wasn't that much indentured servitude. We have got to get off of this defending the atrocity, man. All you have to say, do you have an idea of inerrancy of Scripture, that if you don't hold to certain stories, then you can't believe any of it?
You're breaking up every other word. I mean,
Do you understand Scripture as being inerrant, and we have to take every story in it to protect the veracity of Scripture?
I think you're saying, or am I taking every scripture to heart? Is that what you're trying to say? I can barely.
Yeah, let me take it off here and put it on my phone straight.
I think he's asking if you do you take it that the Bible is 100% without error?
Well, I mean, the Bible also talks about false prophets. You're going to come along and find these false prophets.
What does that have to
You're
do
gonna
with
find-
what we're asking?
I'm coming on here defending Christianity. And
Yeah, but you haven't answered any question directly. You go into other parts. Like we just asked, simple question. Do you think that the Bible is inerrant? It's without error. It's perfect. Do you think that you have to accept the entire Bible as perfect in order to be Christian?
The Bible? God is God's word.
So is that a yes or no?
Yes. I believe that the Bible that I read is 100% perfect.
Okay, there you go, Eddie.
Now, it's like I was saying on that first time that I called in, that I believe that the Bible shouldn't be read like a storybook. It's more of a manuscript to how to live your life.
So how to own people.
Okay. Let's talk about this for a second, because you guys must be really stuck on this.
Well, we're not.
Let's say tomorrow.
I'm not stuck on it. I'm very clear. I don't think it's okay to own a person as listed in Leviticus.
Okay,
I'm not stuck on it. That's it.
Hear me out. Let's say, and God forbid, the South rises again tomorrow and takes over all of the North and starts putting the leftists or the conservatives, whoever wins in this possible civil war, they put everybody else into slavery. The consensus of the civil war is going to determine if there is or isn't slavery.
I still hold to the fact that slavery is not good. I don't think it's a controversial topic.
This motherfucker called himself the Christian Slayer.
Yeah, hold up. Let me get the whole thing going here, bro.
And hold on. So literally, while I was off screen for a moment, we went from the Bible being absolute truth to now, Jason, you're saying it's just a manual.
And so there's terminology issues in this perfect book.
I believe that the Bible is perfect. Yes.
How is it perfect? What do you consider perfect?
That if you treat your neighbor better than you treat yourself, that there is a heaven.
Do we have to take Scripture exactly as it appears to us?
Well, that's something that you need to take up with God. You pray for understanding.
So you think that if
like I said, the Bible specifically talks about false prophets. So something you heard today could lean you one way to another on broken terminology of how you read something or how you interpret something.
Okay, so if I read it and interpret it and it tells me to kill my kids, how do I know if it's God or something inside me?
Then how you pray about it, and then you follow the feeling. You can chuckle if you want. No, you can chuckle if you want. And there you go. You immediately try to turn it to a bad thing.
Bro, I'm a Christian, man. Listen to me, okay?
I understand that.
That is one of the most sick.
Let me ask you this.
I have ever heard come out of a Christian's mouth.
No. Hear me out. You say you claim that you're a Christian, yes?
Well, first of all, I don't
do you believe
language that? Like claim, but yeah, I'm a Christian.
I'm sorry. You don't use language like what?
I said I don't go around saying people claim to be this or that. Yes, I'm a Christian.
Okay. Do you believe that God had Satan in the Garden of Eden?
You know, I'm kind of agnostic on whether it's a literal story or not. I tend to think it's not.
Now, you said agnostic. Can you break down your terminology?
Yeah, agnostic means I'm not sold that it is or it isn't. This is a point I want to get at real quick, okay? if you think that the Bible is inerrant in what it says, and everybody used to think that the old King James was, and then we found out that there was stuff added to it later because we found earlier manuscripts. So which one was the inerrant word of God? That one or this one now?
Well, in the very bottom, the very back, the very end of the King James, yeah, the last scripture says, "Whoever changes my words."
It was changed. The King James
Yeah, it was
version was
changed.
changed.
They added to it.
Okay,
because,
it changed. It changed. Hear me out.
Okay.
Do you think that there are some that broke through from the Jesus time?
Do I think what?
Do you think that there are scriptures that broke through from the time of Jesus and before?
What do you mean broke through?
What I'm getting at is that there are scriptures
added.
in there that
We have scripture that was added that doesn't appear in earlier manuscripts that did not come from Jesus's time. It was added afterwards.
Here, I'll cut to the chase with you instead of going round and round. The Bible is an interpretation of a language that we're still learning about. Okay. So they don't translate word for word. They have to translate concepts. Okay. So for example, in France, they name bodies of water by how long they run. Here, we name them by how wide they are. So when we try to explain to them what a lake is, we have to explain that concept to them in a way they're going to understand it. So when we take this ancient scripture, these ancient writings, we have to translate the concept, and we can't go word for word because there's not word for word in the English language. So we have to take the concept of it and translate the concept. Well, that concept changes a little bit the more that we understand the culture better. So when you hold to a view of scripture the way that you do, you end up with stuff like justifying slavery and, praying and God will give you understanding of the Bible. And, you got to understand that you don't have the inerrant word of God in front of you the way that you envision the inerrant word of God.
What's your name?
Eddie.
Eddie,
Yes.
let me give you something. Now you say that you're a Christian.
Yes.
And so therefore you know that God is the Almighty, yes?
Yes, and real quick, let's put a little caveat in there. If you keep saying "say" and "claim," I'm gonna get really agitated.
Well, man, I'm not trying to. I'm sorry. Again, it's a terminology thing. I can't see your face. I don't know. I can't see who I'm talking to. I don't mean to like disrespect you.
Okay.
I'm saying I don't know you. From what I'm hearing,
Then just
you're
say
saying
you're
that you're a Christian.
Yeah,
Hey,
you're a Christian.
Okay,
right?
you're a Christian.
Hey, Jason, Eddie, real quick. Make this final point, and then we get a few other callers that we want to get to before we have to wrap. So make this point, and then we're gonna have to keep it moving.
All right, go ahead. Finish your
Okay.
point.
The point I'm gonna make is that if we're both Christians, that we both know that God is the undeniable.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I don't know what you mean by undeniable.
I don't know.
Well, I would leave you with this because there's other people that want to get on.
Okay.
There is absolutely no reason whatsoever to defend anything that is written in the Old Testament. You don't have to hold to a hyper inerrancy of the scripture. We accept the Old Testament because of Jesus. We don't accept Jesus because of the Old Testament. So there's no reason to take such hard lines on it. There's a lot of context missing there. We don't know if God really told them to do it or not, or if they just thought they were under the impression that God told them to do it. That does not affect who Jesus was and what he did. So you got to let this whole slavery and all that crap go because there's no reason to try even to defend it.
Okay.
And-
Again, I'm not defending slavery, Eddie. What the point I'm really trying to make is I don't know
Jason will be back on, and you're more than welcome to call in. We could talk about this another subject again, but we have a few other callers we want to get to, so we appreciate you calling in, and we'll talk to you. We'll talk to you another night.
Bro. It sounded a lot like he was defending slavery, though.
Yeah,
I'm going to go ahead and say that.
like
What's up, Eddie? What's up, Eddie Knuckles?
Man, he can flip it upside down, twist it, spin it, and turn it any way that he wants. And I see atheist cats in there. I need to make a disclaimer to atheist cats. When I came onto TikTok and said something to Jeff about the slavery post, I had no context of what was going on. I didn't know Christians were actually defending what was written in there. I thought he was conflating everything together, which is why I said something. Then Atheist Cats sent me a couple of videos, and he kind of caught me at a bad time. But I actually like him, and he needs to unblock me because I like intellectual people, and he's a historian. I want to learn from him.
Well, that's a different story that we heard. We heard he blocked you because of the nudes.
Because of the what?
The nudes he was sending him.
Oh. He told y'all about that?
Mm-hmm. Crap. He said he didn't know whether it was a bovine or he was confused. He went straight to Ezekiel 23:20. He didn't know what was going on. Yeah, he was all confused.
Oh man.
Hey Eddie, what do you think about this? By the way, what do you think about this little excerpt?
You're an atheist. Give me a fucking break, Michael. All right, you know what? We need to start going to church every week. I've had with us.
I don't believe in God.
Bullshit. You got yourself confirmed, and you said to the bishop.
Yeah, a lot can happen. You can think.
Well, that can happen. All of a sudden, you can just quit believing in God?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, there is no God.
Yes.
Well, let me tell you. You want to know there's no God? Then you're going to get absolutely nothing. Nothing for Christmas, because that's what Christmas is about, is Jesus Christ.
Okay.
No, it's not okay, Michael. It is not okay.
Let's talk about Michael's mom for a minute.
That gives me flashbacks.
I was going to call him Christian Slayer. Christian Slater. But let's talk about Michael's mom. Her name's got to be Karen. Karen the Christian.
Yeah, that's
or Carol.
That's a nice way of putting it. Oh,
my mom would always say stuff like, "If your grandparents were still alive."
Well, to be honest with you guys, that's why I'm here and hanging around and all of that, because of the toxic bullshit like that. It sickens me. When I saw that, I saw it on Pastor John's post, and
I think it was Pastor John's mom. No,
literally.
Eddie, I've heard worse than that from my mother.
Man, that just kills me, man. That just absolutely just. And I've got a lot of atheist friends I've been friends with a long time, and it's the same stories with them, and it just tears my heart up, man.
Also, Catholics don't go to church.
Yeah, I know.
They go like twice a year, Christmas and Easter. And that's about it.
Well, it's because you're not a real Catholic.
Oh, well, I went every week. Bible study on Wednesdays and all of that. I had to go every week. I didn't have an option to that. Yeah, my grandparents were like they would do the rosary every night kind of Catholics.
Yeah, it's disgusting people like that actually make me want.
Where'd Eddie go? Oh.
That's unacceptable.
Pauses, pushing buttons. Why do I gotta be at the bottom?
You got that trolley bottom face, like that bottom feeder looking face. Yeah. Oz looks like the company logo, so he can go up top, He's got that power face. Look at that. Look at them buys and tries. Hey, Oz, I heard you've been lifting prayers.
Lifting prayers, praying to the Jesus, praying to
I'm
Jesus.
just trying to figure out who had enough balls to tell Oz that he needed to go to church.
Yeah, it's a It's a good point. Let's talk about your church experience, Oz.
Oh, this last week?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, I forgot how ludicrous it is.
I heard it got
videotape
spiritual up in there. Did it get spiritual?
Videotape it.
Like there's in the angle I was at, I couldn't really. I went through the video.
Hit that real quick. Hit that real quick.
Oh, I could read the Animorph series because the only person who can change you is God.
Couldn't read.
Couldn't read the Animorph series because the only person who can change you is God. Boom, $5. Thank you, super chat, Cassie Day.
What denomination?
I didn't
did you
read.
come
I didn't
from?
read the Animorph series because I can't read.
Jeff is a dyslexic gentleman.
Yeah.
Big shout out to everybody that dropped the super chats today so far.
I just like the covers of the Animorph series.
But no, Pasta. When I went to church Sunday, my experience, I sat in the middle, but towards the back, so I had a good, or tried to get a good camera angle because I wanted to, get good pictures or film. And it just so happened where these 2 or 3 ladies were standing was like the worst place possible because there was 2 guys on my left that were like 6'8".
2 guys on your lap? What?
No.
Were they wearing masks?
Only like 3 people were wearing masks in the entire building.
That's like the number one place to get COVID right now.
Yeah, and well, that's why my son and I, we when we weren't taking pictures and doing film, we had our mask on because we were 2 of the 3 that had masks on.
I'd be 495 up in there.
But I forgot in those like Pentecostal, evangelical, crazy ass settings, like how fucking loopy it gets. But there was like 2 or 3 women that were down on the altar, and they're like literally like their hands are shaking, and they're doing it, and they do this like they have these like convulsions and and it was like, this is what God does to you. Like God gives you convulsions and makes you shake like a earthquake is happening or something.
How could you prove that that's not God doing that?
Unfortunately, we can't unless we do a drug test. Maybe we do a drug test.
You prove it by the fact that it doesn't happen anywhere else to that person.
Well, and that's what I brought up the other day, talking to somebody about it. Is let's follow them to work and at home, at their families, whatever. And I guarantee you,
they ain't doing that shit.
They're not convulsing. They're not spinning in circles. And even I did get that on film. This pastor, I guess, just recently took over this church, which it's you can't tell by because of COVID and by the film I have, but it is a very large church. And he gets up there, and as soon as he's getting ready to like go from the praise and worship to the message, which I will say I forgot. And again, those Pentecostal settings, like their music goes on for a fucking hour before anybody actually even says anything. But the pastor gets up there, and he's completely normal, right? He comes up to the pulpit, and he right before he gets ready to talk, he goes, "Hey, oh sugar about that." He starts going in tongues and everything. Like, oh God, that brought up some memories.
Hey, somebody was asking Atheist Cats was asking what Eddie's TikTok name is. It's Christian Muscle Bear Community of Memphis.
Yeah, no, it's Free Nudes of Arkansas.
.com.
Drop it, man. Quick, shill.
Eddie Kroom Edwards.
Eddie Kroom Edwards.
It's a long story behind that. You ever heard the song Boy Named Sue?
No. Sure. Yes, good old country.
Yeah, really, really similar story.
Good old country / folk song.
Yeah.
No country.
One day I might trust you enough to tell you my real first name.
I already know it.
Uh-oh.
Hey, you do realize you emailed me, right? So I'm not going to dox you on
Which email did I use?
The one with your real the one with your real first name. Hey,
really?
In fact, I said to Oz, I said, you seen that rap battle with Eminem in 8 Mile where he like outs the guy where he's like, you think you're cool, and he gives him his like government. I said, should I do that to Eddie on the show?
I know something about you.
No.
He's like, nah, don't do that, dog. Anyway, so Eddie's real name is Meredith. Everybody, just kidding.
It's almost that bad. No, it is Leslie.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
it.
my real. Well, I can say Dad now because I know the story,
Sharon.
but yeah, that's his name. So It's all good. They told me what I used to smoke when I was younger, and they said, you shouldn't smoke. It's going to stunt your growth. Well, it turns out that my real dad, my mom, my brother, and my grandmother are all 5'6". I'm 5'6". I didn't have a hope in hell.
Are you 5'6" for real?
Yeah.
So you look like a bigger person than what you actually
Well,
are.
I'm actually 5'7", but I claim 5'8".
Well, let's stretch it. Yeah.
Yeah, because everybody's. Plus, I wear boots, so I might look 5'8". But yeah, I'm a short dude, man. That's why I got that. That's why I got that fire.
Yeah. Well, the beard adds inches. The beard.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
That's what she said.
Woo!
Jeff's about 6'6". When he does his hair, when he does that bouffant, when he does the. Oh, here we go.
What the fuck?
He's just so long. Look how long he is.
That's what she said.
Going.
He's all abdomen.
He's as long as the book of Deuteronomy.
It takes him 5 minutes to sit down. I called him Slim Shady in one of the TikTok videos I did, and I had to fix it because now he's got a beard. So I called him Machine Gun Kelly.
Why Machine Gun Kelly tell him your beard is weird? Your beard is weird.
Because Machine Gun Kelly got slayed by the guy with the beard. Eminem.
Oh, you're out of your mind.
What? Oh, don't even go there. You're not. No.
I'm an M fan. I'm an M fan, but Kelly got him. Kelly got him on that.
No, he got him on the first one, yes. But M put down the kill shot. It was done. Nobody knows
I still disagree. That's the only one in all the years I've listened to him. That's the only one that I felt like he lost.
Really?
Yep.
I think it's because you think he's a Christian, right?
Who? Him? Hell no.
I still think that Snow is one of the best rappers alive.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You're showing your age, man.
I like it, bum bum now.
How do you even know that? How old are you, Oz?
39. You weren't listening earlier. I already said that.
I know that. I just forgot. I have kids.
So do I. Many.
I have kids your age, Oz. It's that Christian chronic cough.
I just turned 42.
Oh, man. Yeah. Shout out to Ed and his osteoporosis. I
can't make an O, so I'll do like east side.
My arthritis don't let me throw up them gang signs no more.
Well, see, that's funny because y'all are laughing, and I really have arthritis in my knees, and I played a lot of basketball growing up.
It's from all that goddamn praying that didn't come true.
Man, you just said you're 5'3". You ain't playing no fucking basketball.
5'7", man. I don't do many things good in life, but I'm a fucking baller. All right.
You ain't from Indiana.
For a minute.
You ain't from the Hoosier State.
Man, I'll put some videos on you. You'd be like, damn.
I'll shoot your eye out, kid. I'll shoot your eye out.
Hey, I grew up in Memphis. You played ball or you got killed?
This is part of the show where we come to the close, where the Atheist Roundtable, we do the troll's prayer. We pray to the almighty, most notorious troll.
Notorious.
Jeffrey, the weasel-faced troll.
What have you brought me?
Bow your heads.
Your sacrifice.
Bow your goddamn heads. Oz, let me make sure he's bowing his goddamn head.
Hey,
Oz? He's good.
Jeff.
He's bowing his head. Eddie?
What did you bring?
Okay, let me say the goddamn prayer. Dear troll, on this day, this wonderful day, one man, one desire. He came. He freed all the slaves. All the atheists went to this place called Ballsack Heaven, where everyone had long, dangly ball sacks for all eternity.
I would say you're going to hell, but
in Troll's name. This prayer is not yet rated. That's how atheists pray.
That's all good.
Just in case you've never heard that before.
Yeah, no, that's all good. I can rock it. Hey, we're done, Oz. You can chill now.
Oh, we're done? Okay.
Yeah. And why didn't you take your hat off for him? What's wrong with you, man?
Yeah, remove your hat, sir. The prayer
Actually, it's
doesn't work
very
otherwise.
disrespectful to me if you take your hat off.
Oh,
It'd be very disrespectful to my religion if you took a hat off.
I think I got a second wind of the prayer. Hold on. Dear troll.
The troll is back. Back again.
I want a PS5 for Christmas, troll, please.
Why?
And one of those monitors to go with this laptop that you sent me.
That we can work on. PS5, no.
And please, can you grant me one wish? Make Eddie get alopecia in part of his beard, so some of it looks silly, like maybe in
More
the
than
front.
normal.
Yeah. I don't know what came over me. God, I apologize.
I'm
for all
canceling Christmas because of Michael.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah,
Christmas is officially canceled.
Michael's not getting any goddamn credit.
He's not getting shit.
Yeah. You were confirmed. God damn it.
By the way, going through confirmation myself is a very weird thing. And you sign a book that says that you're a Catholic.
That's messed up.
Yeah, you got to sign the book
So how
in the
how
presence
often
of the
do-
bishop. And then they
You know what-
anoint you with oil.
You know why you turned into an atheist, don't you, Jeff?
This is beautiful.
Why?
Because if you don't go and get infused with grace, your gas tank gets low, and you got to get it filled back up. That's why you.
I don't know what that means.
That's why you do the sacraments. That's why you do the Eucharist and all that. They believe that God
Oz, can you translate what he's talking about?
literally imparts grace to you because your grace tank is low.
Oz, you
That
have
was-
to explain that one to me.
That was all Christianese bullshit. Don't worry about it.
You're a Catholic. You ought to know this, Jeff.
Was a
former
Catholic.
Yeah, former Catholic. My bad. I didn't mean to offend you.
Shout out to Ballsack Heaven.
Look, Jeff almost came through the screen.
Hey, one man's heaven is another man's hell.
I'm
In
a
Troll's
former
name.
Catholic.
First of all, thank you for everybody that came into the live chat to the Atheist Roundtable call-in show. Thank you for liking and subscribing to the channel. Thank you for Eddie for coming in on your truck, dude. I know you're working, you're on call.
I'm stuck in the middle of Texas.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the TART crew. That's Murdershed Steve. Still recovering from that COVID herpes that he got when he was seen leaving a department store at 3 a.m. Dillard's in the Mall of America. There was a
You know,
trailer.
I've not actually seen any evidence that he's sick.
Neither have I. But what we do
It's
know
like
is
an extended business trip.
What we do know is he is a murderer. That is confirmed. Shout out to Ben G. What is he, Oz?
The Bruce Lee of that SE?
He is. And a shout out to the one and only Atheist Troll Life. Go check his channel out, YouTube. Like and subscribe to that. Actually, if you hit like twice on all of his videos, it boosts the algorithm. And yeah, do that. You also, if you report his channel a bunch of times, it helps.
That happened during the show, so
yeah.
And why
do
do
that.
you guys get to claim Ben G? He is like one of the nicest guys I've ever met. Why is he on your side?
We're
Oz,
nice.
Oz, mute his mic. Mute Eddie. Take his freedom of speech away.
It's just a terminology difference. Eddie.
Pasta, I stood up so I can't see him. So
Oh, that's right.
Oh!
He's hiding behind the King James Bible. It's turned sideways.
You know what I say to short jokes, Oz? I can't do anything about being short, just like you can't do nothing about being ugly.
Oh, shit, man. Shit.
I agree. I can fix ugly, but we can't fix stupid.
Oh, damn.
Oh,
Damn. Hey, big shout out to Pastor Cheapo. That's Pastor John. We're working on making everybody mods except him in the chat. And also, thank you for everybody that dropped the super chats. Anybody that's joined the Atheist Roundtable community. If you got a green subscription, fantastic. Thank you for calling in. If you're one of the callers today, if you condone slavery, we don't care. You add to the fun.
I care.
Well, thank you to the shifty Jew that called in. He was a fun guy.
And if you say you're a Christian and condone,
self-proclaimed shifty, like don't.
Did Jeff and Christian Slayer? Did you guys, Eddie? Did you guys get to hear the drunk polygamist?
Oh, I've been here the whole time.
Okay,
no.
That was great.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Very odd.
No, you're good. He actually told me he was a drunk polygamist backstage and then pretended like he wasn't when he came alive.
You probably forgot.
Yeah.
Was that the guy that you were trying to convert?
No.
Oh.
No, I was caller number 2 that he was trying to convert, which was hilarious, by the way.
Hey, we're going to run the stream for 5 more minutes because we still have this this thing that we're doing, a little shindig in January. Oz, give me the date in January, but I don't know the exact date. There's a Conor McGregor fight.
Yeah, it's the 23rd, I believe. I'll double check it right now.
He said it anyway. He's confident. He's got pistis that it's on the 23rd. Conor McGregor.
Conor McGregor's a Catholic, isn't he?
Conor McGregor's 5'3". I think.
Yeah, 23rd.
Yeah, so Conor McGregor's going to fight. He's going to fight with Eddie. He's going to come up to Eddie's weight.
Hell no.
Battle of the Almost Dwarves.
I did a little MMA and then I realized I wasn't cut out for it.
Well,
you're 5'3",
anyway,
bro.
Oz and I are going to stream the fight in a private.
Give me that.
In a private streaming. So if you want to hashtag UFC, we'll send you an email. We'll send you an email so you can come in and watch the stream for free. You got to bring your own beer or wine.
Hey, also, by the way, in the Discord, we are starting
hashtag UFC in the comments right now.
In the Discord, we are starting a book club starting January, and our first book.
Hashtag boring in that one.
The first book that we'll be reading is Dr. Josh's book. Did the Old Testament endorse slavery? So pick up a copy of the book, come into the Discord every Wednesday at 10 p.m. We'll be having a discussion. We're reading chapter 1 and 2 first, and then 3 and 4, and then 5, and then the conclusion. So it's a very easy read. It's only like 200 pages. So we're going to read that as our first book in the book club, and we'll be having a new book every month. Wednesday nights in the Discord.
So GeoSam's coming, Oz. GeoSam's coming along.
GeoSam.
So what would happen is it's going to be a non-live broadcasted stream where we're going to have like a Zoom meeting where it can fit multiple people. We're going to stream the fight, chat, chop it up, talk about secular humanism, smoke cigars, and basically make fun of Oz the entire time. So if you want to watch, hashtag UFC, we'll send you an email. I've already got GeoSam's email, so we're good. Only toxic masculinity need apply. If you're a feminist or if you support women, get the hell off. You shouldn't even be liking TART anyway, because we're all macho. I mean, I'm about to go hunting right now as soon as I get off the stream. I'm about to go kill 8 deer with my hands. I don't even use weapons.
Your hands
are they weapons?
They can be.
They can be. No, but seriously, hashtag UFC.
Hey, Pasta, real quick before we wrap. Nate put a super chat up and asked what I used last week's super chat money on. Can you send him a private message and say his mom?
I can, and I think Nate's going to be the only one in that book club thing. Jeff was just.
I already have several that are joining the book club for us.
Club.
Smarter people that read.
Hi, my name's Jeff. I like to rip books and then have a book club about it. Oh, sweet irony.
Sweet Caroline.
Coming this fall to ABC, The Book Ripper / Book Club Starter.
Oh, that's great.
Hey, you want to read a real good drama? You've got to pick up a copy of the Quran. It's pretty cool.
I have several copies. Most of them are not intact.
The Quran is like the ending of the never-ending story where the horse actually makes it up to heaven.
you got to have the proper hadith to make sure that you're interpreting it properly, Jeff.
I read it. So I read this. I read the Quran the first time I've ever read the Quran with very little information about the Quran. I didn't know that much about Islam starting this year. This is almost just absolutely garbage as far as understanding. It's like reading the Old Testament in Old English. It's very difficult to understand what the hell they're talking about.
Yeah, that's why you need to get the. I can't remember. I'll let you know later which one of the sects with
sex
imam hadith that they use for the fundamentalists. You know, the ones that believe in jihad and stuff. You ought to read that hadith.
Here's a verse right here. You who believe, if you obey the disbelievers, they will make you revert to your old ways, and you will be turned into losers.
They're also allowed to lie, cheat, and steal to anyone that is not a Muslim, because it's not considered lying, cheating, and stealing if you're not a Muslim.
Pieces.
With all due respect, it is a newer religion, so it's kind of more true, though. So,
but I will tell you, I've had a lot of interactions, and the ones that aren't crazy they're brilliant. Some of them are some of the sweetest people I've ever met. I was stunned. I was like, "You're a Muslim?" They're like, "You're a Christian?" I was like, "Okay, touche."
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, it's
yeah.
fair. I think it's a fair thing. Some of my favorite street preaching battles are between Muslims and Christians.
I get the best arguments that way.
Yeah.
Do Muslims do street preaching?
They get into it, man.
Really?
If they see a Christian street preacher, yes, they.
Yeah.
They're like, whose Abrahamic story is the right one?
I remember when they first put a mosque up in our neighborhood in a southern city, and people were like freaking out. Oh my God, we have terrorists in the neighborhoods. And I'm like,
my city council blocked them from being able to build. Even though we have 3 Baptist churches on the same street, they would not let them have one.
In Tennessee, they tried to block a judicial building they were building because in the bathroom they put a mop sink, and they thought it was a bathing place or the washing place for Muslims. So they literally tried to stop construction because they thought that they were going to get a little piece of something there for their worship. That's how cool.
Is it true that Muslims wash 5 times a day or pray 5 times a day?
I think they do what they can, what's available. Because I've seen them at the stores that I worked at when I used to do commercial refrigeration. They'd be in the back, praying. And one of the guys I talked to, he said, you don't have to, but it's something that they like frown upon if you don't. So,
you don't have to bathe. You don't have to wash.
But we will kill you if you don't.
Hey, they do have a very rich history of philosophy, though, because while the Catholic Church said, no, it's our philosophy and none others, Islam let theirs go on and learn and be philosophers. So
yeah, but they just want everything to relate back to Islam.
Yeah, that's true.
How many times a day do you comb your beautiful hair?
Like twice.
Twice a day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. It's enough times.
Mine's 3.
Hey, Jeff, if Pastor John was just minding his own business in Publix, and he's doing his Christian grocery shopping, buying shit that Christians buy, and you bumped into him, right? What are you doing? Are you going straight in for the? You're gonna go straight in for the nut grab, or you?
No.
No.
I'm gonna follow him through the store and see what he buys, and I'm gonna videotape him.
Okay.
Not going to announce my presence. I'm just going to videotape him throughout the store. And I'm really good at videotaping people with my cell phone and them not knowing I'm videotaping them.
You look like that kind of guy.
Yeah.
Creepy, like a really creepy weaselly.
Oh, super creepy.
Yeah.
I caught this guy touching all the grapes in the grocery store the other day. It was really gross. But I took a picture of it so I could tell people about it later. Yeah. And so I'm going to follow Pastor John around the Publix. Mm-hmm. He's going to check out. I'm going to follow him to his car. Still not going to know. Then he's going to drive home. Mm-hmm. And by the time he gets home, I'll have uploaded all those videos and tagged him in them so that he knows I was there, but chose not to speak to him.
No, are you aroused at all during this or no?
What?
Are you aroused at all during this or no?
It's to be determined.
Okay, because I just want to make sure we had the same kind of feelings of how we would approach it. So
that's how I would approach it. I'd probably try to add something to his cart without him noticing.
Got it.
And then reference that in the videos.
Got it.
That's great.
When I first saw Oz at the airport, I just wanted to wrap his ass up. I wanted to get him like straight into I wanted to like take him down to the ground. Ground and pound is what I wanted to do.
That could go either way there, bud.
So here's the
Now,
problem
I
with this
don't judge.
story.
I'm all for it.
Hold on. Here's like I actually have evidence that he wasn't even there, because there's somebody else that's on the stream right now that actually picked me up at the airport. And
everyone knows I picked you up at the airport, bro. In my Lambo. Everybody knows I came up in the pasta Lambo.
Him and his wife and their luggage is not fitting in a Lamborghini.
Me and my pasta Lambo picked you up with a plate that says pasta on it. Everyone knows that. And I took you down to the ground and you tapped out. You're like, get off me. Remember that?
Nah, but that's a cool story, bro.
No?
Cool story, bro. What did Kay get all gangster for in the chat? She's like, F all y'all.
It's because Pasta was talking about chronic masculinity.
Oh, okay.
It's the vein of TART. We have to swear an oath. If you become a member of TART, you got to swear on that oath, actually.
Ah, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Jeff came up with it. It was all Jeff's idea.
I got to prick my finger, get blood and all that.
Jeff's an advocate for pro-life.
Yeah, I bet.
I mean, I do advocate pro-life.
What's Atheist Cat's talking about?
Pastor John has claimed he will, quote, go off on me one day on TT.
Ooh.
I send this as a welcome for him to do it, and I suggest academic sources and not I feel. AKA, Pastor John, you've been called out, and if you fail to respond, then you're a B. Buzz.
Let me see if I can do an impression. Hey, good afternoon, TikTok family and friends. Hey, TikTok followers, family and friends. Is that how he does it?
Yes.
Hey,
It's
guys,
your favorite pastor. Yeah.
I just recently became friends with him, so stop talking about my friend.
Oh, sorry, man. My bad, Doug.
Who's
all right?
that
So,
yeah, I'm going to my hotel. Y'all have fun.
yeah, let's. Well, I think we should thank everybody that's still here.
Eddie, do you get a discount if you go in like the little tiny door that they have at the back?
I tried, and they called the cops on me. So,
hey, Eddie Kroom, everybody, go check out Eddie Kroom on TikTok. I'm telling you, he needs to change it to Eddie's rants. He just like picks on everybody. There's no holds barred.
Well, I mean, I get it too. So
you gotta get after the Scientologists and the Muslims next, man.
Oh, if I find them, yes, baby.
Oh, they're on there. Go to Jeff's page. Go over to Jeff's page. You want to find everybody? It's like the playground for anyone that's like a believer in something. Yeah.
Is there really Scientologists on there?
Some of them.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, he kicks the book down the stairs all the time. So
Dianetics.
Do you got an e-machine?
Computer?
No. Have you?
You talking about a thetan meter?
Yeah, whatever. Where they put the thing on their head and they can.
It's an e-meter. It goes on your hands.
And they
sexy.
No, it used to go on the head.
No, you hold it. You hold the e-meter.
Are you serious?
And it measures your thetans.
Okay.
It's like 2 cans.
I knew it's crazy as hell. I just didn't remember how crazy. So
it's like 2 metal rods you hold on to, and then they ask you questions.
You have like a good demon or a bad demon, all right? Or alien or whatever.
Yeah, Lord Xenu.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, take us out with your best Pastor John impression of doing his little, hey, the friends and followers, do a little thing.
I'll let Oz do it.
Oh God, let's see.
Oh, I have to have hair to do that.
Now, Pastor John is got some good hair and shit. He's like Clark Kent, isn't he?
Yeah, or at least have a fuck Dora. Is that what they call it? A fuck Dora?
Speaking of hair, that Jay Leno looking motherfucker, friend of yours. What's his name? Nathaniel Dog?
Oh, Nathaniel Gam.
It's like a Brillo pad, bro.
Nathaniel Gam.
Is that his name?
Or Harry Carey.
Is it real?
I don't know. I don't know. There's no evidence to prove it's real.
All right, you godless heathens. I'll see y'all later.
Just want to thank everybody again for the 18th time for coming into the stream. Especially Ozzy, the kamikaze. My boy Oz holding it down with the calls.
Yo.
Oz, are we going to be taking calls on a Monday night? What's your Monday night pitch?
See you guys later. Thanks for showing up and listening to the show.
I guess Jeff's here.
Oz, what's your Monday night pitch, man? What are you going to be doing on Monday nights?
So Monday nights, I think we've identified as the sweet spot for the TART live call-in show. So Monday nights at 9 p.m. or right around, we'll be going live. We'll be taking questions, and going forward, I'm going to try to have some topics for the evenings. That way, it's not just kind of spread all over the place. So it's going to continue to improve and get better and get more concise as far as the format. So I'm fucking pumped.
Yeah, and it's 706-236-7608. When you're in the car, just sing it. Get the cadence going. 706-236-7608. Boom, boom, and then do a little beatbox to it, right? Call it.
Absolutely.
Troll Oz. Monday nights, 9 o'clock, 9:15. I don't know. We may be late sometimes. Sometimes the Chinese food is still warm, so we're going to eat it, right? Atheist Chinese food as well. Because they do make atheist Chinese food. Sometimes we're late because we're just lazy, right? Be honest.
Yeah,
IQ guaranteed IQ is going to come in and let us know, so he knows, right?
Yeah, there's sometimes that Pastor and I just got our feet kicked up on the desk, and we're smoking a cigar and having a drink, and it's like we'll turn on the live button here in a second.
Yeah, sometimes we're watching other people's streams. I mean, I'm in what's his face's stream? I don't even know their names. Joe Schmo's stream over there. Johnny the Atheist, right? Anyway, thank you for tuning in to the Atheist Roundtable. Where dreams come true. That's our new catchphrase. Prayers don't come true, but dreams do.
Yep.